Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, curator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you what to do in Los Angeles, what are the main sites and tours that you cannot miss on your trip. So this will be quick tips, useful, so enjoy the video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, that helps us a lot, and buckle up! Well, Los Angeles is a big city and one of the most famous cities in the world, so there are a lot of cool things to do, but we try to gather here the main things you can't miss, especially if it's your first time in Los Angeles. So let's go, guys. The main tourist attraction that we recommend you to visit on your first day, so you can feel you're already in the city, so you can feel you're really in Los Angeles, is Hollywood. That's where you have the Walk of Fame, the famous Walk of Fame that you always see on TV. It's an avenue that's not so big, it's about 3 blocks long, the most crowded and touristy part, but it's not as big as people think, so you can see all the attractions there during an afternoon or night. You can go from attraction to attraction, it's very nice. There are those famous stars where the names of the main celebrities that have made cinema and world fame are engraved, so it's very cool. There's Mickey Mouse, Brad Pitt, John Travolta, all the artists. You can stop and take pictures, and you will see that there are a lot of people. Sometimes you can be lucky enough to have someone doing your star. The person goes there and puts a hand or a foot on it, or they sign it. They always do something nice. Then you can see somebody, because usually they are putting a new star or taking a new star off, so take a walk there. There are some nice restaurants, bars. You have to look at it, go inside. There are some stores, restaurants, and you can already eat if you are there in the afternoon. Have lunch there, which is nice because there are some very good restaurants. If you're there in the evening, the same thing. Have dinner and take advantage of the fact that you're there. It's a mall that's not so big, but it has some nice stores and restaurants, so you get used to it. And there are also other very tourist attractions there, which is the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, which is that super famous museum that has wax dolls that look like real people. It looks like they're real. It's very cool. When we entered, it was a little strange because you don't know exactly who the employers are, who the people are, and who the dolls are. It's really cool. You can take pictures with everybody. There are practically all the most well-known dolls. It's very nice to go there, so you can feel like you're really in Hollywood. On the side, there is the Hollywood Museum that's close by, which is nice to visit, which has the main movie star scenes from the history of the movies. There's also the Chinese theater, which is nice, and there's the Dolby theater, which is right next to the Chinese theater where the famous Oscar Awards ceremony takes place. It's where we see every year the artists going there at the entrance to receive their Oscars, so it's also very nice to go inside. There's a guided tour. You can take a look if there is no show. If there's an event, you can also take a look. So you see there are several attractions located in the same place, so there you reserve a good amount of time for your trip. One day to go there and do all this. You will save time and you won't have to move from one place to another and end up missing the main attractions of the city. So there are a lot of nice things. One thing to pay attention to: there are many artists playing music to get money, but there are also characters. They are dressed up as all the characters you can imagine in the world. It's even a little bit funny, but what happens if you go there unknowingly and take a picture of them? You have to pay them something, a tip, and it's not cheap. Sometimes they ask for $10, $15 depending on the person, so the care we tell them is take it easy. Don't go around hugging and take pictures with everybody, because they're not there for that. They want to make money, so there may be some embarrassing situations, but if you're there, is what you think is nice, go out and give him $5, I don't know, tip the expensive guy. But it's just to be smart. There are many tourists who end up in a very delicate situation because they don't want to pay. They didn't understand what was going on, so it's good that you already know you have to give a tip. Another place that's one of our favorites and you have to include in your list of what you do in Los Angeles are the beaches. There is Santa Monica Beach and there is Venice Beach. They are right next to each other. They're very nice. Santa Monica is a little bit more calm. We think that the famous Santa Monica Pier is very nice. It has a lot of things. There's that super famous Ferry wheel that you probably have seen in the movies. It's at the end of Route 66, one of the main routes and roads in the United States. Very famous in the movies for bikers. People like to go there, do the whole thing, and get to the end point. So you see a lot of cool things, thematic restaurants, everything talking about Route 66, and it's a very nice area. Even Santa Monica, it's a region that we even recommend to stay if you don't want to stay so much in the tourist center of Los Angeles. It's a very nice area. And there is Venice Beach, which is a little bit smaller but also very nice. It's famous because of the skateboarders. You see some really cool skate tracks, and there are famous skateboarders that go there. You can probably see somebody, if you like skateboarding, go there because it's worth it. It has the tracks on the edge of the beach, so the scenery is very beautiful. It's a beach where people go to practice sports. It has a younger, livelier crowd. There are several nice restaurants and bars by the beach, so it's worth for you to go there as well. Another thing that people may want to know is about shopping in Los Angeles. Anywhere in the United States is a good place to shop. There are many cool things to do there. There are many streets with famous stores. There are many malls and outlets. There is the Westfield Mall, which is a very nice mall to visit, but it's a little bit luxurious. It has the high standard stores, but it's sensational. The decoration is impeccable. It's worth the trip. There's the Glendale Galleria, which is a very nice mall. It has several stores, more accessible stores that we like. There's Disney, there is Guess, there is Hugo Boss, there's a very nice Zara store that we visited when we were there, and there's also the Groove Mall, which is a little bit different. It's a little bit smaller, open air, but it's very nice to walk around. It has a very nice fountain that marks the center of the mall. There's a restaurant that we ate there right next to the fountain, very nice. It's a very nice Italian restaurant if you can go there. So it's a more pleasant mall to walk around, to get to know, not so much for shopping as the others. For those who want to shop on the streets, there is Rodeo Drive, which has many stores, but most of the stores are brand name stores because it's the Los Angeles fashion district, so the expensive clothing brands we want to make their presence felt on Rodeo Drive. So it's a street that's not so cheap, but it's also another tourist spot that you have to go there. And for those who want to do a lot of shopping, there are also outlets. There are two that are close to Los Angeles. They are not so close to downtown, but if you have a car, it's very easy to get there. They are the CITADEL and the CAMARILLO. They are very good too. It's very nice. You have more options of stores for a better price. Another very nice place to visit is the Griffith Park, which is a gigantic park there in Los Angeles. It's a very famous observatory. It's there in the mountains, on that mountain close to where the Hollywood sign is, so you have a sensational view of the whole city, and it has a planetarium there. There are telescopes. You can observe the sky. If the moon is very visible, you can see it very well, so it's very nice. Try to go there at sunset to see the sunset. That's beautiful. It's a very nice place, very beautiful, very well organized. Don't miss going there. It's a little bit far away, but you get there quickly. It's up in the mountains, but it's worth it. The view is one of the most beautiful we have ever seen in all of California. And Los Angeles is also famous. Many people don't know, but California is also very famous for having many amusement parks. It's not as many as Orlando, but it's pretty close. There are many parks, but they are more spread out, and Los Angeles is the center of them. If you want to go to any of them, Los Angeles is the best place to stay and get to them by car. There's Disney, which is very cool. It's about an hour away from Los Angeles, and depending on where you are located, it's very cool. There are two parks that make up Disney California. There is Disneyland and there is Disney Adventure Park. Two very nice parks that are worth visiting, especially if you are with children. There's Universal Studios Hollywood, which is sensational. We highly recommend it. It's one of the coolest amusement parks we have ever been, and it has a lot of cool attractions. There's the Los Simpsons toy, there's the Transformers toy, there is the Walking Dead toy. Now the new one is sensational. It has several simulators that are very advanced technology, very cool indeed. And a little further away from there, you can get to Six Flags. For those who like roller coaster, is a must. It's one of the parks that has the biggest roller coasters in the world. It's sensational. It's worth taking the car and going there because it's very good. It's only roller coaster, so you get a lot of adrenaline. And there are some other parks that are close by. There is Legoland in California, which is close to Los Angeles as well, which is more recommended if you are with children. For little kids, it's very cool. It's one of the amusement parks that young children enjoy the most. And there's also Knott's Berry Farm, which is Snoopy's park, but it's unknown by the tourists. It's not worth visiting if you can't visit the others, but if you visit the others and have a lot of time, great. But prefer Universal Studios, which is very cool, and Disney, which is sensational. This thing you're not going to regret at all. Yet, give it some thought too. This is a tip we give it to you because it's really worth it. That's it. If you like the video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel as always, and follow us on social networks. We are always traveling the world, trying to show the places in a very cool and relaxed way, like in our routine. And don't forget to watch the video on how to save a lot on your trip to California. California. It's a very good video we put together with the best tips, very complete. I'll leave here along with the playlist, so take a look. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice trip. I'll see you next video.